right. Looks like I am live. Good evening. I am trying to figure this out. Uh, so I've been testing the live here lately and haven't really picked what system I'm going with and how I'm actually doing this. I'm going to be honest. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing most of the time. I'm trying to figure it out as I go, and what works, I'll do it again, and what doesn't work, I'll probably do that shit again too. But I'm just trying to figure this out. I am no master at this. I'm not a fucking professional either, but I'm learning. And if I ever stop learning and I think I know it all, that's when I'm going to fuck myself and not be able to progress and become a better person. I'm on YouTube as well, and I'm trying to figure out where that live is. So if you're on YouTube, bear with me. We'll see where this is at. I got 4 people watching. Who's all watching? Let's see. If you guys tune in, please check in the comments so that I can see who all is on. I'd love to give you a shout out and possibly start a conversation with you guys. Again, bear with me. I am still trying to figure out YouTube. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Okay. All right, I think I figured that out. All right. Well, guys, today has been a very anxious day for me. If I were to sit here and say that, like, every day for me is peaches and cream and it's live life at ease, I'd be lying. I don't have this shit figured out all the way. I went and saw, so I'm getting married in June. Yeah, I can't believe somebody wants to marry me either, but she does. She thinks I might be the greatest person in the world. But we went to see the wedding planner and pay the rest of the deposit on our venue. And the wedding planner looked at me and said, you've got life figured out now. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no, I don't, dude. I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. I have no idea. But I do know this, that life is way better. It flows better. It's more balanced than it was before I got clean and got into recovery. But that does not mean I have a clue of what I'm doing in this world and how I'm doing it. I just know that I'm not getting high. I'm not getting drunk. I'm not spending all my money at the casino anymore. I'm not sleeping around. I don't feel dirty and grimy all the time. My guilt level is down. I still feel guilty about some shit, and I still struggle with a lot of things. Life, I have to live life on life's terms. It's still life. It still can be chaotic. But today was a very anxious day for me. My anxiety was through the roof all fucking day. And it was, I was literally walking back and forth in my house, and my fiance was like, dude, you got to go chill the fuck out. You got to get away from me. You're causing my anxiety to get up. So I just, what I did was I came downstairs and I called somebody. Shout out to Michael Springer. That dude is unbelievably amazing. I mean, he is always there for me, and I'm sure he's always there for other people. But I had to call another recovering addict. I had to make connection with somebody and just get some shit off of my chest. Because, like my life isn't rough compared to what it used to be. But I still have a lot of stress. I still have fucking bills to pay. I still have relationships to make work and put in effort to that. I still have the responsibilities of an adult. And shit is way harder when you're clean. Because there's a level of responsibility that we try to maintain, and it's way easier just to get fucked up and get high and get drunk and say fuck it all and run off and be gone for days and weeks. But the consequences of those actions are way more severe than it is to just actually take care of my shit. What's up, Josh? I appreciate it, man. That's what's up. Yeah, Michael is an amazing dude. Josh, I appreciate you coming on and getting on and commenting and supporting all this, bro. I love you, man. Appreciate you. But it's important to have people in your corner and in your circle. Because, I'm in school to become an addiction counselor. Love you too, Michael. I'm in school to become an addiction counselor. And, I didn't even want to come in school, but want to start school. But a really good mentor of mine, he, before school started this last year, I was telling him that I had a full scholarship because I'm Native American. And my tribe pays for me to get a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, whatever the hell it is that I want. And I was talking to him and I was like, bro, do you think that I should actually go to school? And he was like, bro, are you stupid? Like, what? He was like, dude, push yourself, challenge yourself. And so I did that. And I started school and I've been killing it. I've been straight A's, bro. I've been to college like 4 times and dropped out because of my addiction and because of the lack of concentration and commitment. But this time I'm committed. And so when I get committed to something, I'm all in. Like I'm either all in or I'm not in. And I just can't half-ass anything. I don't know if that's because I'm a Capricorn or that's just my personality. But whatever I do, I feel like I need to be the best at. Like I need to succeed and shine. But and shout out to Jonathan Bristow. That's my mentor, or that was my mentor. I love him, man. He shared a lot of good things with me. Gave me a lot of good advice. He taught me a lot. He mentored me all the way through the reentry program, and I got a lot of love for him, and I appreciate him. But school was out on holiday, break, and that shit was nice, bro. Like, I loved it. But the problem with it is it made me lazy. I got out of my routine, and I've gotten out of a lot of routines, and I've found out through, what the damage of that is. Like, I've lost the connection that I had in those routines, but I still make my bed. Well, so me and my fiance, we have a rule. If whoever the last out of bed is, they have to make the bed. And I've been getting up earlier than she, but here just for a few days. But make your bed every morning. And also, when you go to Walmart or the grocery store, put your buggy up, dude. Like, there's some kind of psychology to that. It is just about doing what's right and being responsible. Put your buggy in the cart. It's not that difficult. If you find trash laying on the ground, pick it up. Like, those are the little things that I implement into my daily routine where it helps me be a better person. But, like some of the big parts of my recovery, my pathways to recovery, One of them was actually going to the gym and working out. And I don't know if it was like a test from my higher power or what, but I tore my rotator cuff. And every time I try to go to the gym, I'd just be depressed because I wouldn't be able to lift the weight that I was lifting or work out as hard as I wanted to work out. So, bro, I just quit going to the gym. And, I can look at it as like I had to heal. It was for my own good. But honestly, like that was the biggest part of my routine was waking up in the morning, heading straight to the gym and getting my morning workout in to start my day. And like it just made me feel better. And that was a big pathway to my recovery. And when I got hurt, all that shit went out the window. And so what I replaced it with was just like creativity. Like I started more work on the podcast, and I built more connection with my dad. Those relationships, which my dad is one of my top mentors. I've got a great relationship with him. He's my best friend as well. And I cherish that relationship, and I put a lot of effort and a lot of attention and a lot of work into that to amend that relationship with him. But that's somebody that, one thing about my mornings now, since I'm not in the gym, is I usually go to his house and we have coffee. And coffee with Dad in the mornings, like, I don't know what it is, but like coffee at his house is way better than coffee anywhere else. And I love that. I love being able to sit there and have those morning conversations with him and laugh and talk about business and entrepreneurship and life. Anytime I have a problem or I have a situation, like I really don't have problems. I just have situations. And anytime I have a situation, I can go to him and he's going to give me the answer and the advice that not a lot of other people are willing to give me. He thinks outside of the box and he shoots it straight. And usually it's something that I don't want to fucking hear. And I love that, man. Like if you don't have those kind of people in your life, get them. Like, and if that's the opposite type of person that is in your life, get rid of them. But I have replaced my workout routine with other parts, with other routines. And am I as satisfied with it? Not really. Not that those things in my life aren't satisfactory, but going to the gym and just for my own health feels good, but also it feeds my ego. And, ego is a thing. I can't get rid of my ego. Ego can be a good thing and ego can be a bad thing. And going into the gym and feeling good about myself, it makes me feel more confident and kind of boosts my ego up a little bit. And I think we all need that every now and then. But the connection part was like a meditation for me. It was time by myself. I focused on what I was doing, whatever was going on. And I was just in the moment when I'm in the gym. And so I actually went to the doctor and now I am on some medicine and going to physical therapy. And hopefully I can get my ass back in the gym soon and get fit for this wedding coming up. I mean, dude, I feel miserable health-wise because I've been eating nothing but junk. I haven't been working out. Like, I haven't been drinking enough water. All these other factors. So, but again, I kind of compare getting back into the gym and eating right the same as when I was trying to get clean and sober. The things that came out of my mouth that like I didn't even realize that I was saying was, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to start that tomorrow. I'll do it a little bit later." And I keep putting it off. And shame on me for doing that. But like, what else can I do with you guys? Like like I said in the beginning, like I have no clue what I'm talking about or what I'm doing or how to do it. I'm just doing it, and I'm in this motion and have this momentum of going with this flow that I believe that my higher power has put me in. And so I'm just flowing, baby. Like I'm just doing whatever it is that my higher power puts into my direction, and the doors that are opened, and take those opportunities because I know those opportunities are going to create more opportunities for me. So the only thing that I can do with y'all, and the only way that I can flow with that, is by being completely honest and transparent. And making up bullshit is not my strong suit. Like I just kind of like have diarrhea out the mouth and just flow and just talk. And usually I talk way too much. But, today has been a tough day for me, man. But school, I've been learning a lot about substance use disorder and addiction and how those are the same and different at the same time. I've been studying a lot on it. I think that's kind of what drove me bonkers today, was just sitting down here in my office reading and doing tests and schoolwork, and I haven't done that in a while, so I was kind of out of the groove and not with the whole rhythm of school. But I'm getting back, and I have no excuses. I'm tired of making excuses for myself, and recovery's done that for me. Like, it has caused me to be honest with myself, as well as not allowing myself to make bullshit excuses to do something or to not do something. And I love that. I love that about recovery. I love the honesty that it requires me to be with myself and others. But, I haven't experienced the anxiety like I did today in a long time. It was pretty severe today. And I don't know if it was because I drank so many energy drinks and had so much nicotine, and my brain was just going 90 to nothing. Whatever the hell it was anxiety. It caused anxiety in my life and in my day today. And I feel like I handled it the best that I could. I still have a little bit of anxiety. Like I said last week on the live stream, like I'm not comfortable getting on here and doing this live stream shit. It's just not, I don't know how to do it. I'm not comfortable doing it. I'm not confident enough to do it. But I hit live, I go live, and it is what it is. Like, I'm here, I'm doing it. So if you guys have any experience going live or making content, shoot me a message. I am down for some coaching and some advice and whatever support you can offer, because I'm winging it. But so this next week we have a huge week for the Dirtbag Chronicles. We have a guest coming on. His name is Buster Douglas. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him, but the dude is hilarious. He's right here from Arkansas. It does, Aaron. It's instant anxiety. Damn. Well, good for you, bro. That's what's up. And shout out to Aaron Watts, man. Dude's an outstanding dude, man. And he was on our first episode that we did. It was actually the second episode, but he was our first guest and told an amazing story. If you guys haven't seen his episode, definitely go check that out. He gives some great information. He's got a solid foundation in recovery. And just some really good advice, and a good guy. Consider Aaron as a brother. But Buster Douglas, so he will be coming on this next week. We're going to record his episode. We've got some pretty big things planned for that. I can't disclose all that information just yet because I've got to put a little bit out there to kind of fish you guys in. But it's going to be exciting. It's going to be real exciting. We recorded last week an episode with a lady named Ginger Wolf. Dude, this episode is a banger, bro. Like, it is so good. Like, I've never had a guest. Well, I don't know. When I had Michael on, he was a banger too. Like, he was emotional and he was very genuine about his story. And so was Ginger. And shout out to Ginger Wolf. I am so excited about getting this episode up with you this next week. We have another episode that it was supposed to come out today at 4:00. It is with a gentleman named Josh Newell. He's a peer support specialist, peer recovery specialist here in the state of Arkansas. He had an amazing story. It is about ready. We are probably going to air it tomorrow around 4:00 or so. I don't know. I've got to look at the YouTube analytics and see when the best time is to post that. But that episode will be ready by tomorrow. But I have to check with the analytics. Like, there's a game to this social media shit. I haven't figured it all the way out. But it does give me like graphs, which I failed graphing in school and on just about any test. But it breaks it down pretty easy so that I can even read it. But so I got to look at that to see when the best time is to post it. I do want people to see it. I believe that the message in it is absolutely amazing. We talk a lot about different pathways to recovery. We talk about mental health, and of course, he shares his story. It's pretty interesting. It's a really good story. But we've got Josh Newell, his episode's coming out. We've got Ginger Wolf coming out. We have another guy. His name is Matt. He's from Florida. He went to prison for buying sassafras oil, and he tried to sell it, got busted by the feds. And I think he said it was worth millions of dollars of ecstasy on the street, but he had not turned it into ecstasy. But he still got charged for it. So apparently he went to the feds down in Florida and had a pretty cake-ass ride in federal prison too. So it's a totally different prison story than I've ever heard. So we will definitely be looking forward to hearing that as well. But Buster Douglas is coming up. But the big deal for me, besides Buster and Ginger, is that we're going to do something different on the podcast here in a few episodes. And I have invited Michael Springer to come on and play the role of the host, and to interview me and allow me to tell my full story. I started telling my full story in the very first introduction episode when this shit was just like an idea in my head. I had no idea what I really pictured this whole thing to be. But it just came through. Tia Beeson, what's up, Tia? I appreciate your support. I love you. Signing on from Maine. I work in mental health, substance abuse, and energy drinks or caffeine in general are triggers for anxiety. They are. And I think I had too much. It was here, I'll show you a picture. It was 300 milligram triple shot. And I got them for real cheap. So maybe that was the problem. But my nicotine, of course, I'm an addict. Jacqueline, we will get your episode done, I promise. Maybe the universe is just trying to tell us there's a better time for it. I don't know. But that's really cool, Tia, that you work in mental health and with substance abuse. I'd like to kind of pick your brain too about maybe what you go through, what your day to day is like. Yeah, they are good. They are so good, Courtney. And Ollie's has them for like, you can get a 12 pack for like $7 or $8. So I've been scooping them up. They're so delicious. But and I'd rather drink that than water. And that's back to my health bullshit. But whatever, bro. At least I'm not shooting dope. Whatever. I don't know. That sounded horrible. But but yeah, Michael Springer is going to come on, and he's going to play the role of the host and interview me and allow me to tell my full story, which I'm excited about that. I don't think I've ever told my full story all the way through. The good thing about the Dirtbag Chronicles podcast is that there is no time limit. It can be 30-minute episode or it could be a 30-hour episode. Yeah, I've got this right here, Courtney, but it is what it is. I still don't drink it like I should. But my story, the thing about my story is like, I never thought it was that interesting. And I'm sure that other people can relate to me with that. It's just, I just don't think that I'm a very interesting person. And that's my own perspective. But as I've told my story to other people and parts of my story, they've reminded me that it's a very unique story, that there are a lot of good points to it. And, that's what makes it different for people that need to hear them and people that need to tell them. I don't want what I've gone through in my past to be a waste. That I don't want to hold on to those regrets and feel shameful or guilty about living those experiences in my past. And, I believe that we all humanity has the same purpose in life, and that is to experience. And what good is it if we go through an experience and we don't share that with the world or with somebody that could gain something from your experience? I'm more of like a hands-on learner. I learn by fucking up over and over and over. But some people, it was the people that shared those experiences with me while I was in that dirtbag lifestyle that when I was really going through it, I was able to hear that and take just a portion of that with me through my darkness. And eventually kind of lit up a path for me to find myself and get into recovery and make the decision that there's got to be a better way out there to live. So, it is what it is. Like, I feel there is a purpose in me sharing my entire story. I feel that it's going to help somebody, that it's going to send light and hope to somebody that needs it. My story is unique, but it's so relatable. And just like everybody else's story, it's relatable. There's one thing that I learned is like, my true self is special. My true self is unique, but me, like my ego and all this external shit that I put myself through, it is not special. Like, I am not special. Like, there are many people out there that deal with the same issues that I dealt with in my past and that I deal with today. And so I want to make sure that I speak about those and I'm very transparent about that, because not only to offer that relatability to someone else, but hopefully somebody could hear that and get in contact with me and be like, bro, I went through the same shit. I know exactly what you're going through, and I'm here to help, because we all need help. We all need somebody. We all need support. We all need that connection. And that kind of takes me to what I'm studying right now in school. And it's about the disease of addiction. And the disease of addiction is a spiritual disease. When I was out there doing the most, being that full-blown dirtbag like I was spiritually lost. And I was trying to trade that spiritual connection with other false connection. Like, I wanted to connect with other people, other addicts, other groups. I wanted to be sociably accepted and to fit in and to look good and do all this other stuff. Thank you, Tia. It's nice to hear someone else's story and see they are doing good. Now, it shows there is better days ahead. It's hard to talk about issues when you grow up in an environment that never talks about what is going on within. Absolutely, Tia. Like, dude, we have to recover out loud, because the stigma of a drug addict and the drug addiction and being quiet about that, it keeps us down. It holds us down. It does not allow us to break that stigma. It does not allow us to show like what we went through. And the thing about addiction too is like, a lot of us that are doing these podcasts and sharing these stories, we all talk about how awful it was. And I'm not going to lie, like, my active addiction, not every day was horrible. I mean, obviously, like, me getting high was enjoyable. And, I had some good days. I had some good moments. I had some good conversations and good ideas, and all of this, like, life didn't just become completely, totally shitty while I was in active addiction. Like, I enjoyed some of my life. Now, I complicated my life. I ruined great relationships and made a mess of myself, like, put myself through the gutter. But we shine this light on like how bad addiction is and how bad using drugs but we never talk about like the way that how good we felt sometimes, or those special connections we made, or I mean, even spiritual shit happened to me when I was getting high. Like, my drug of choice was methamphetamine. And let me tell you, like, being high for days and with no sleep and not eating, that shit will take you on a whole other spiritual dimension. It'll take you in a totally different spiritual world than anything else. Like, it's kind of like when someone fasts, does a spiritual fast, and they go without eating, and they do this to get clarity, But I'm not comparing the two, but it's still putting my body through shit like that was not. It just took me to a different spiritual place. Yeah, absolutely, Sean. We're definitely gonna do that. We'll wait till it's safe, though. But like, some spiritual ass shit happened to me when I was getting high. Some stuff that like is unexplainable. And I will never forget those moments. Like, I've had some acid trips that completely shaped my thinking and changed my perception on life still to this day. Drugs, altering my mind with those substances definitely took me to some spiritual places I wasn't necessarily ready to go, but it took me there, and I had that experience, and it formed and shaped the belief beliefs that I have today and that whole belief system. So I don't regret that. I don't regret that part of my life. I'm absolutely 100% grateful and come with a sense of gratitude for all that bullshit that happened to me. I mean, it's just, I'm truly grateful for it. Like the people that I can reach, the character that I have as a man today, the boundaries that I'm able to set, the relationships in that state of health that they are in today. I don't think it would be that way if I didn't ruin every fucking thing in my life. So it's just, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all things and everything. I don't ever want to limit myself or judge my situation or experience or myself for anything, to say that there was an error that may affect your live stream. Ignore. So if you guys are still seeing my live stream, let me know. I think I'm running into some technical difficulties. It looks like I got 3 people watching, but I'm not hearing nothing from them. But anyways, like, I'm grateful for all the bullshit that I've been through. I'm grateful for all the blessings in disguise. Thanks, Courtney. At least somebody's there. Okay, Sam. All right. Sam's got a subscriber badge next to it. So I want to talk a little bit about the subscription page. The subscription page, I think I set it up for like $5 a month. I think that you can go on and join the subscription page. It will give you a trial for a while. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of content I'm going to offer for that. I might offer like a certain blog or certain videos. I know that all social media has been limiting the monetization because of the strong language that I use in the podcast. So what I'm thinking about doing is offering the uncut, unedited, explicit content on that page itself. So, it's like me, and I don't want to watch edited content. Like if I want to hear all the dirty, nasty shit. So I'm actually willing to pay extra to hear the real version of it. But I'm going to try to get that over there on the subscription page. I'm also going to try to do a live Q&A with the guests that I have on the podcast over there on that subscription page only. But I'm still trying to figure this shit out. I haven't figured much of it out, but I do what I do and I keep it rolling somehow, some way. But once you start paying for the subscription, like that money, for now at least, until I start to make enough to actually pay bills and live off of, which I'm not able to do that right now. I'm making very little off of social media, but I am making something. So that's an accomplishment. That's way better than what I was at several months ago. I mean, I think a couple months ago, in November, I was probably on Facebook. I was at 3,000 followers. I just hit, I'm over 44,000 followers today. I think I'm at 44,300 and something followers, which is a huge accomplishment. For somebody to just have an idea and say, okay, well, I'm just going to go with it. I don't really know how this shit's going to work out. And then it grow that fast, that rapid. I think I've had 5 videos on Facebook go viral, which is huge. that happened so fast. You know, and viral is 1,000,000 views. And I think I have like 4 or 5 videos that are like 1.5 million views. I think I have one that's over 2 million views, which is a huge deal. You know, that's like I never thought that was possible. I remember my first video, it was on TikTok, and it hit 5,000 views, and I was like freaking out. I was like, what the hell? Like, how is this possible? And a few days after that, it was at 80,000 views. I was like, damn, like, that's crazy. That was big. I'm not going to lie, like, that sent me on a little, that boosted my ego. Not a little, a lot. And I had to kind of check I had to check myself and see why I was like, ask myself, okay, why are you really doing this? Are we doing this podcast and posting this social media to boost my ego or to send a message? And I'm definitely out to send a message. Like, if it gets popular, I'm not chasing fame. I'm just trying to send the message of hope, spread a little bit of light, give back from the communities that I've taken so much from. I'm not saying that I've taken anything from you specifically, but I have done my damage, you know, which I'll talk all about that on this episode with Michael hosting. I'm really excited about that. I'm also very nervous because I'm going to be talking about a lot of that dirtbag shit that nobody else has really got the balls to talk about. And I'm just going to throw it all out there. I hope that, you know, it doesn't get me in any kind of trouble because, you know, I don't know the law. I probably need to get a hold of a lawyer and just see what can get me in trouble, if they can usually ever use anything that I talk about against me, because I'm definitely not trying to go back to prison, and definitely not trying to get caught up federal or anything like that. So I'm going to check with a lawyer before I do that episode because I do not want to incriminate myself. I got to be smart about this shit. But I do want to be able to be vulnerable and transparent and completely open with other people, with you people. Yeah, I said it, you people. But I want to bring up, did you guys see the Jelly Roll video where he talks to Congress? That shit was awesome, dude. Like, I love that an ex-drug dealer, ex-addict, recovering addict can actually make recovery look cool and shine light on the bullshit and the tragedy that addiction is bringing to our people and our nation and our world, man. Like, it's fucked up, dude. Like, fentanyl is killing people. I think we're at like 160,000 deaths a year right now, which is sad, dude. Like, it is sad how many people die of overdose. And it's important for us to bring that to light and to make that known, like, it's not okay. You know, I had a video from my episode with JD DeLay, and shout out to JD, man. JD is a solid ass dude. JD offered to come on to my podcast and sit down and talk with me and share his story. And, you know, JD is a true, genuine dude. He's got a hell of a following on YouTube and TikTok and all of social media. And he was so willing to help another person that's been to prison, another recovering addict out. Like, and of course, I'm talking about myself. And he does that for other people. He tries to be there for people and tries to help the community that is stigmatized, that is suffering from addiction or dealing with coming out of prison, or even family that's got family members in prison or in addiction. Dude is solid. But I had this video where JD was talking about how this fentanyl crisis is chemical warfare. And it is. Like, it is killing so many people. And I stand with him on his opinion of that. And I believe that there needs to be a much brighter light shine on this epidemic, on this fentanyl crisis and overdose crisis. And we need to spread awareness on how many fucking children it's killing, like innocent children. A lot of these kids are like getting a Xanax or something from their friend for the first time. They're like 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. And they're taking this and it's laced with fucking fentanyl and it's killing them. Like, I don't know, man. It's sad. It's bullshit. And it breaks my heart every time that I hear one of these cases, that I see a family that is suffering from that loss, that because it's unexplainable. That death is absolutely unexplainable. Like, especially to me, somebody that has, like, I was an IV user, bro. Like, heroin, fentanyl, pain pills, ice, anything that I could put in a rig, I was like injecting it into my body. And I lived through that. And I obviously there's a purpose, and my higher power has a purpose for me to do something with my life and to help other people. But like, when I look at the 12 or 13-year-old that overdosed from somebody giving them a pressed pill, and it was pressed with fentanyl, it's like, damn, why me and not them, And it's sad. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve a second chance. And when I feel like that, and I feel that depression, and I feel that anxiety from that, I have to reach out to somebody. I have to talk to another recovering addict. And I say you need to talk to another recovering addict because they can relate to your grief and your situation a lot better than somebody that's not an addict. Like, I want a non-addict to tell me what it's like to be able to go out and have one beer, have one shot, smoke one joint. Like, what the fuck is that life like? I have no idea. Just like that non-addict has no idea what it's like to not be able to have one beer or one joint or party on the weekends with their homeboys, like, or homegirls. Like, I don't know what it's like to have that self-control. Like, what? For real. What is it like to be able to have that and to not have the disease of addiction and to not ruin my fucking life over a beer? Like, what is it? What is that like? How is that even possible? So if you're not an addict, please explain that to me. Please explain what it's like to be able to enjoy a substance without being on the 6 o'clock news and going to prison for fucking multiple years. I don't know what it'd be like. I have no idea. And I never will. Because I have this thing inside of my brain. It's a disease. And it's addiction. And like, I get strung out every time I touch something. And I've accepted that. I've come to terms with that this is the disease that I have, whether I was born with it or developed it from abusing substances, whatever it was. Like, I can't go back and change that now, and I'm not willing to test the waters and try it to see if I'm still an addict or to see if that disease is actually still inside of me. Like, I'm not willing to throw my life away. I'm not willing to fucking risk it for the biscuit, baby. Like, not gonna fucking do it. Because all that hard work I've put in over the last couple years, like I'm about to come up on 3 years clean, and I'm not going to throw all that meaningful shit and all this experience away. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm not saying that I've got it, that I'm clean and I'm healed and I'm fixed and I'm cured, but what I'm not willing to do is go test the waters and see if that water is lukewarm. Because I know that as soon as I touch that shit, I'm done with. It's over for me, and everything I've worked hard for, and and it's not even the shit that I've worked hard for. Like, I'm not talking about the materialistic shit. I'm not talking about my credit score. I'm not even talking about the relationships with other people. What I'm talking about is that personal connection with myself. Like, I have finally got to a point in my life that I can look in the mirror and feel good about looking in that mirror. I feel good about not having to manipulate and lie and deceive myself every chance I get. Like, that right there alone is not worth me losing for one fucking joint or one beer or one shot of whiskey. And like, the more that I obsess over the thought of that and saying, you know what, maybe I could have one, like, the further it drives me into that obsession, and it fucks with my mind. Like, today, I got all my groomsmen for my wedding picked out, and they all accepted the responsibility of being there for me and help making that day special. And so I'm looking online and I'm trying to find them gifts to give, because I want to give them something and show my appreciation. And all I'm seeing for groomsmen gifts are whiskey glasses, beer mugs, and cigars. And that shit was triggering for me. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at that whiskey. I love whiskey, bro. Like, that whiskey, I love whiskey. A good whiskey is so good. And I'm sitting there and I'm obsessing over this thought. Like, man, I can't even have a drink with my groomsmen. I'm a bitch. Like, I'm what the fuck? Like, how am I supposed to do this without this whiskey? And that's the disease of addiction. That's the way that it was manifesting into my life. And it allowed me to start obsessing over, maybe I could just have one. Maybe I could. Maybe I could just, maybe I could just chill and kick it. And it fucked with me today. Like, it bothered me. It put me through there. It made my anxiety even worse. So this shit's real. Like, I'm not going to argue whether addiction is a disease or a choice. Like, not going to argue that shit. It doesn't even matter if it's a disease or a choice. It matters that the shit's active. It matters that addiction ruins my life. And not only ruins my life, it ruins everybody's life around me. And finally, I'm to a point in my life where I'm not a grown adult. I mean, a grown teenager, and have the mentality of a teenager, thinking that life is just a game and woohoo and all this fun. Like, I'm finally to a mature spot of thinking and a point in my life where other people's feelings matter to me. What happens to them matters. So that it's so important that I don't react to those thoughts and I don't act on those thoughts and ruin those other people's lives as well as my own. But today's just been one of those days. Like, it's been kind of tough. It's been tough. It hasn't been a problem, but there's been a situation today. And I managed it, and I didn't do it alone. I talked to somebody about it, which is the most important thing that you can do if you're ever in a situation or ever going through something or feeling triggered or worried about something. Like, do not hold on to that shit, because that shit gains power over you and you start obsessing over it, and then you make it a bigger problem or in a bigger situation than it actually ever had to be. So call somebody, talk to somebody about it, reach out to somebody. And as soon as you speak that out, it loses its power. And whatever that entity that is, that energy of that addiction or that situation, whatever that is, it gets pissed off when you talk about it out loud to somebody else, because it loses right then. But, well, guys, it's been absolutely a pleasure getting on tonight and getting a lot of this off of my chest. Thank you for tuning in and watching, even to the people that weren't on the live that might watch it later. I appreciate you. I appreciate all 44,000 of you that support this page on Facebook. I think YouTube, you guys, all 1,020 of you now, and everybody else that just kind of joins on but doesn't hit that follow, subscribe button. Just hit it. Like, support me, please. Fuck. I mean, God. How much effort is it to just hit subscribe or follow or like on it? Like, that helps a person out that's trying to make it. I'm trying to make this happen, like, this is what I would love to do full time. And every time you don't hit that subscribe button, it fucks me off, man. It puts me off a lot longer for you not to hit it. Just hit it. It's nothing. It costs you absolutely nothing to hit subscribe. But anyways, rant over. I love you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. Have a safe weekend. And stay warm. It's been butt-ass cold out there. So I'll see you next Thursday at 8 o'clock on the live. Thank you so much. I love you guys.